On the morning of Valentine's Day 2019, Olivia Jones walked through a local supermarket picking up ingredients for dinner with her husband. She even grabbed a bouquet of pink and red roses, colors meant to represent love and passion. Little did she know that in less than 40 minutes, she would be dead. The only person in the house with her was her husband, Christopher Jones. When questioned, Chris would tell the police it was an accident, but investigators quickly realized something about his story wasn't adding up. What they would eventually uncover inside that home would reveal a far darker truth. At 8:44 a.m. on Valentine's Day, Olivia's loving husband dialed 911.
Well, my 911, what is the address of your emergency?
Olivia! Please, hurry. Someone take the gun.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm at home, my wife been shot in the head. Please.
Somebody shot in the head.
My wife, please.
Tell me,
Okay.
where is she shot?
In the head.
Okay, where in the head?
Take it and it went off.
Okay. I want you to try to control the bleeding.
Officers were immediately dispatched to the neighborhood. When they arrived, they met Chris outside the house. Chris appeared distressed, urging officers to hurry inside.
She in my bedroom. Where's the gun?
In the bedroom, broken down on the dresser. Come this way.
Okay.
Please, come this way. This way.
Okay.
Please. Olivia, baby!
Sir. Okay. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler?
What they found in the bedroom was horrifying.
I tried to take it.
Get his.
Olivia Jones was lying face down on the floor, bleeding from a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Surprisingly, she was still breathing. When officers turned her over, they discovered the bullet had entered the back of her head and exited through her eye. The paramedics arrived and they rushed to help her. Meanwhile, the officers pulled Chris aside as they needed to understand what had happened.
What happened? We had a disagreement, and I say, baby, if you're not working with me, you're working against me. I say, we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I say, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together. Okay. We got several. And I say, I just want a divorce. And her reaction was, she got the gun. I said, give me the gun. She like, I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
So when you grabbed it, it went off?
She yanked. I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off.
Okay.
The gun went off.
Almost immediately, officers noticed several problems with his explanation. Chris was a large man, much bigger than Olivia. It is very unlikely she could overpower him in a struggle. Chris dropped to his knees, crying hysterically, but Officer Butler noted that he didn't see any tears in his eyes. Soon after, he got up and asked if he could go check up on Olivia. And pay attention to this.
Mr. Butler, I got help.
No. You don't need to go in there, okay?
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
We got him.
Is she alive, Mr. Butler?
When we went in there,
Please don't tell me she's alive and she's not.
Yeah, when I saw her, she was.
She was talking?
She wasn't talking.
Is she breathing?
It looked like she was breathing, yeah.
Ooh, good.
Like, don't go in there, sir.
Please.
Sir, I need you to stay right here with me, okay? And calm down.
Calm down.
When Chris learned Olivia was still alive, he didn't seem relieved. If anything, he seemed quite shaken. Sadly, Olivia's injuries proved fatal. Just after 9 a.m., she sadly passed away. After her demise, officers searched the home and they discovered several security cameras installed inside and outside the house. When they found the gun, another strange detail appeared. The pistol was in a different room from where Olivia had been shot. If Olivia had been holding the gun when it fired, how did it end up somewhere else? Someone had moved it. At that point, police decided to detain Chris while they tried to figure out what really happened. At the police station, photos of Chris' hands, which were covered in blood, were taken, after which detectives began questioning Chris. He repeated the same story.
What did you say? Wait a minute. You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything. Okay. You do not want to do that. Put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying.
But then investigators checked the security cameras. At 8:41 a.m., Olivia could be seen going about her day in the kitchen. Then suddenly the footage stopped. 3 minutes later, the cameras started recording again, showing Chris pacing around the house while calling 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., the responding officers could be seen entering the residence. Those missing 3 minutes were critical, because that was almost certainly when Olivia was shot. Chris was questioned on why these footage were missing, and he had a whole lot of excuse.
Why would there be no recordings on it? I don't know. It should be. Everybody that went in that house should be on it. But like I said, the internet, you can go through days and it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep, like, you can pick whatever day you want and it's never going to be consistent. That's why I say it was a waste of money.
Well, I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Chris had a bunch of excuse to give, from internet problems to the cameras malfunctioning, but the investigators weren't convinced. Chris was the only person who had access to the CCTV footage. He must have tampered with it. Since they did not have the footage, they had Chris reenact the moment he tried to disarm Olivia.
Now go ahead and do my initial. She pulls it. Give me the. Okay. And I go. I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, you're good.
I don't sit here.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I like the chair, man.
I'm reliving it.
You are.
I'm reliving it.
So she should be shot in the back of her right head.
Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist?
Back here.
Did you feel me twist your?
Which one
I twisted.
As he demonstrated how the gun went off, everything felt wrong. His explanation kept changing. Each time detectives asked a question, Chris slightly altered his story. At that point, investigators decided to look deeper into the couple's relationship by questioning the other members of the family, starting with Olivia's sister, Angela. And what they discovered changed everything.
Olivia Jones is her sister, right? We've been talking a lot lately. We talk every day. I drop her baby to her at the tax office. She's always been timid about everything. But she was the type that whatever went on in their home, she would keep it there.
Yeah. Kind of a private
person.
Yeah.
She loved her baby so much that she felt like she had to live for them. She would never.
Angela then explained just how much control Chris had over Olivia.
She can't talk on the phone after a certain time. He controlled the finances. He never wanted to be in the presence of her family reunions, anything. He never came. But she would have to step off, and when he would call, and all you could hear was him screaming and yelling on the phone. His character is agitation. Like, his character is to be aggressive. I just don't get it. Because all she wanted, my sister was a married type. All she wanted was to be loved.
Chris's ex-wife, Letitia, also had a lot to say about his controlling and aggressive behavior.
I met Chris Jones in 1999. It was just like a constant fight. Like, he strangled me, choked me out, drugged me through the house. My skin was missing off my back. One time he bit my hand. He had this bite marks in my hand. This was what it was. If the house not clean, he's told me that he would kill me if I was to ever leave him. Told me how he would do it. The reason I never said anything or went for help was because I was extremely in fear of my life. Because I knew and I felt in my heart that he would kill me.
But the most powerful testimony came from Olivia's daughter, Ariel, when she explained what it was like living in their house.
One time they were arguing and I heard her say she couldn't breathe. I would see bruises on her. It broke her down to the point where she believed what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be nothing without me, stuff like that.
Right.
Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows that we were her world.
Each interview added another piece to the puzzle, and none of it looked good for Chris. At this point, the investigators has had enough. They returned to him demanding answers about the footage that mysteriously disappeared.
To be honest, I videos.
I look guilty. I'm not deleting those videos. I look guilty.
Not if you say right now, what you just said a little while ago, I freaked out, I panicked, I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just afraid of being blamed for something I did do something that looks really bad or
While Chris admitting he deleted the footage was a major breakthrough, the detectives still hadn't recovered those crucial 3 minutes clip. With no other choice, the detectives went through every recording from the house, hoping to understand what life inside the Jones home was really like. And what those recordings revealed about Chris and Olivia's relationship was deeply troubling.
Then you gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, White. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on that. Why is that like that? You're not paying attention. What the man?
Hey, Leah.
You wasn't worried about the son of a bitch a minute ago. That's your mother. Don't look at me like that, bitch. I'm not playing with you. Lazy. You want to do some shit, not enough? Listen, give it here. You got all the goddamn answers. You don't do a goddamn thing around this. Right. This your ass, bitch. That's clean dish. That's clean.
I didn't want to, they fell on the floor, so I didn't want to reuse them.
You look at it. You don't pay attention to what the fuck you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the chance to claim no off. Food on the wall. Who you bringing now?
Me?
Harriet don't live here. It's you. It always been you.
Chris would take any chance to bully Olivia, constantly putting her worth into question, even humiliating her in front of her own daughter.
When I got the show ass, you didn't have a job. You collected unemployment. You just had off. And most men in this world want a woman that got what? You wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't have got upset. You would have bagged that. Life would be so much easier for me if you start thinking. You do dumb because you don't think.
The footage revealed a side of Chris that matched what Olivia's family had been saying all along. As detectives dug deeper, they uncovered his criminal history, including several assault charges in 1996 and a domestic assault in 1998 that briefly landed him in jail. Even though some forensic results were still pending, investigators believed they had enough evidence to move forward with charges.
News this morning, a Beaumont man is now facing murder charges in a Valentine's Day shooting of his wife. Police say this man, Christopher Ray Jones, who worked as a correctional counselor at the Beaumont Federal Prison, killed his wife, Olivia.
Soon after this, the crime lab results came back, and they dismantled Chris's story. Investigators found no gunshot residue on Olivia's hands, meaning she hadn't touched the gun at all. Instead, they found residue on Chris's hands and clothing from that day. The blood spatter pattern also showed that the gunshot could not have happened during a struggle, and Olivia was likely shot with her back to the perpetrator. Despite all of the evidence pointing to Chris, he pleaded not guilty to his charges. His defense attorney Ryan Gertz argued that Chris only grabbed the gun because Olivia was recklessly handling the weapon, putting both herself and Chris in a dangerous predicament. On February 8, 2022, the jury finally reached a verdict. Christopher Ray Jones was found guilty of murdering his wife. In exchange for waiving his right to appeal, he accepted a 30-year prison sentence. Today, Christopher Jones is serving his sentence in a Texas prison. But for Olivia's family, Valentine's Day will never be the same. A holiday once meant to celebrate love now serves as a painful reminder of how toxic love can turn deadly, and how the truth, no matter how carefully hidden, eventually finds its way out.